This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation Podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation and 6+ years in that game's media combined, we thought we'd throw our hat into the ring and join the PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes and the other podcast services. You can also watch it live by joining us at patreon.com/thepopculturist. Head over there, check out the tiers. It might be something that interests you. I've tried to work it in on the fly. Didn't work out. If you'd like to join in the future conversation, please join us on Facebook, join us on Discord, or like I said, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculturists. Like I said, we do this live every Saturday now.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
No? You happy with that?
No, I said we're going with it. Just keep going. Merch.
If you want to show your love the PopCulturists on your body, head to popculturists.com/shop where you can buy shirts like this, like that, and other assorted crap with our logos on it. And as you mentioned, we are on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepopculturists, doing a bunch of things over there. And as Josh did mention, if you are a Patreon supporter on any level, you can watch us live with an exclusive link that will be in your Patreons.
Sweet digs.
Sweet lives. It's a big thank you to anyone that is watching, that is here.
No, Paul.
Paul was here? Hey, Paul's gone now.
Oh.
It's just us.
Okay. It's you start off and it just slowly builds up.
Yeah.
So we start with 0, and then in 3 weeks we'll have 1, and that's a 100% increase in 3 weeks. That's good.
Good business.
Good figures. Good statistics.
Hey, B-Man.
Swell. I'm officially a uni student.
Yeah, hence the uni student clothes and the backwards hat.
Yeah, the new hat.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was a new hat.
$6 from Target.
Oh.
I didn't realize the Target's clothing range was so much better than what Kmart's.
Yeah, Target's actually pretty... And it's actually made better as well.
Kmart is just fucking trash now. Because there's Kmart near me, so I just go there for clothes. I'm like, don't like it. Refund pretty much everything I buy when I get it home, put it on. I'm like, nope. Target's good. I like it. We're not sponsored by Target, but Target...
We're open to it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Hey, we didn't change the thing again.
That's all right.
It's still the brand.
Yeah, it's still the brand.
You're wearing the brand on the shirt instead.
Yeah.
You have to have the open shirt going. There we go.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, so how is the uni student life now?
It was cool. I didn't mind the old travel up there.
Yeah.
I was seated by myself all the way up until Tarneit.
Yeah, so the getting that a little bit.
I got on pre-peak. I got on at 5:55.
Yeah.
And I think after 6 is when it becomes like real hectic. I didn't get a seat on the way back, but that's okay. Just sat in that little
swings roundabouts.
Join away.
Yeah,
it was all right. Yeah, I actually enjoyed because I walked to RMIT from Southern Cross, just to wake up, coffee, have a cigarette, and I like Melbourne at that time of morning. Still dark.
Because there's no one.
There's still people around and stuff, but it's not just cars and horns and all that stuff. It was nice. It was relaxing. And yeah, got there, got all my bearings, know what I'm doing now.
Now the big thing is, because for those that don't know, Josh, you're doing your refrigeration, cooling...
Certificate 3 in air conditioning and refrigeration.
That's the one. Now you've been doing this on and off for like a year. Did you go into that classroom and just like bust knowledge?
No, kinda. The first day was more about making sure you enrolled, adding your classes online. But what we did learn for that day, I was like, it was a little bit more like, it wasn't... It was like a visual of like, here's how all the parts actually interact with each other. I was like, I know what all those parts are and what they do, but it was cool seeing how they actually kind of...
Yeah, so you sort of know the chain. Like if
I know the chain.
As in if this isn't working, it's this. If that isn't working, it's that.
Yeah. No, so I did walk away day one with a bit of new knowledge. It was good.
Nice.
I liked it. May not have got real angry at the PlayStation. May or may not have thrown a controller. May or may not have exploded all the buttons.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
Come on, explain.
Fortnite. I got tilted. I kept playing when I was tilted. And I went,
What's tilted?
Like, the bad mindset.
Oh, okay.
You're having fun and then things go wrong and you get a bit angry, so you play another game because you're in that negative mindset. It just stacks on and stacks on.
Okay.
No one was home when I did this, thankfully.
Okay. Thank Christ. Could have killed a child.
So I just had a bad string of games. I did get a victory over the weekend on the PS4, so that was really nice. Kind of boosts your confidence up again. You're like, yeah, no, I can still do this.
I got this.
Yeah, it's had a bad run of things, and then it was me and one guy left in Tilted Towers, and we were like from different buildings. We're like, you know, doing shit to each other and all pew pew pew. And then the storm was coming. So I'm like, fuck it, threw up a launch pad, bailed out. And then he got on the launch pad and came after me. I'm like, all right, we're doing this, champ. And he jumps down and he builds around me quickly with a spike trap to try to trap me. But I jumped as he built the roof, so I landed on the roof. And I was like, But then he edited the roof out from under me, and I just fell into the trap. I just went, fuck this! All the trigger buttons exploded off the controller.
DS5 controller?
No, I got 3 at home.
In preparation.
But I put all the trigger buttons back on.
Yeah.
They all clip back in, except L1 is not great. So, yeah. I'm learning now when I start to get into that mindset, just switch it off. Go do something else. But I haven't been that mad at a game for a very, very long time. But yeah, that's the lesson learned.
Wait, anything else?
Alex is like, "What's wrong with this controller?" I'm like, "No,
It's fine.
it's
man.
fine.
It's
It's always been like that." And yeah, just Octopath. Otherwise,
Feeling it still?
yeah, it's great, real good. I'll probably be ready to do a review video next
Right.
weekend. This weekend, no.
Yeah.
Not now. I've got about 10 hours in,
Yeah.
but I'm still.
You still got a bit more to kick out of it.
There's still a lot more coming, but there's still a few things that I kind of want to get through before putting down definitive thoughts. But it's real good.
Understandably.
It's pretty much like the JRPGs we used to, not the RPGs we used to love, modernized. There's nothing too, doesn't do anything too differently to some of the other ones, but it's just the polish on it. It's like, you know, we're not going to try all this new shit. We're going to take what works and do it really, really well.
Yeah, and the aesthetics obviously very.
The aesthetics
pleasing.
very good. You know, the pixel effects and all that kind of stuff. Particle effects, sorry. Very, very good. So it's like a modern old school, modern visual overhaul of the old school.
Is it a Betson game?
A what?
Is it a Betson game?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. But
I was very
you've
tempted.
surprised me before,
Mm.
but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's fine.
I would lend it to you if it wasn't a code.
Mm. Oh.
Probably a bit too much talky, I think, for you.
Yeah, because like, well, I played the demo the other day, and there is voice dialogue though, which I was a fan of.
Yeah, pretty much all the main characters are fully voiced. Very well, very good voice acting. A lot of them are. Ulbrich, the knight, is voiced by Patrick Sates, who I knew he was in World of Warcraft. I fucking knew it. I heard his voice. I'm like, you're in there somewhere. And he's Arthas, who's a huge character in the Warcraft franchise, and he's done a whole heap. And a lot of the other ones too. Most of them have all got a pretty big catalogue behind them as well. Yeah, very well voice acted.
Before I jump into what I've been playing, speaking of World of Warcraft, I know it's not PlayStation, but it's interesting nonetheless. You can get all of them up to Legion, I think, with like just the subscription now.
Yeah. So now you don't actually purchase any World of Warcrafts except for the new expansion. So if you just pay a 1 month subscription, you've got all the content all the way up from vanilla to Legion, which is 7 expansions.
Yeah.
So you just pay a monthly sub and you've got everything. And then once you get to the new expansion, which is out next month, you just purchase that.
I might go back in.
It's pretty cool. Like, it's a cool, you know, way to get people back into it. Because it's initially like, you got to buy this battle chest, which is like 1, 2, 3, and then you got to buy that battle chest, which is 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then you got to subscribe, which they're all quite cheap, but it's still like, ugh. You know what I mean? So I've streamlined it a little bit. New expansion's out in a month.
Apparently, Ethan has some beta codes.
No, he does. He sent me one.
Yeah.
But the pre-patch for the expansion dropped this week of recording, which is like all the major changes coming in the expansion. They bring out a bit early just for any more last minute tweaks. So I dropped on yesterday, got my character ready. I'm ready to go. So yeah, it's so close. I don't think I'll jump into the beta because it's so the launch is only about 3 weeks away.
If Ethan's done a lovely for you, might as well.
Yeah, but then I play it in the beta and then it comes out on live and I'm like, oh, I've got to do it all again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get your point.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll jump in the beta on the Alliance side because on live I play Horde. Might do that.
There you go.
That's an idea. What about you? What have you been playing?
I dived back into Stardew Valley like something fierce.
Since you streamed it, that
Since
little
I streamed
itches
it, I'm
been
like that itches back. Big difference is I'm not playing like with the stream. I play it on PS4. Right now I'm playing on the Switch again.
Yeah.
Just because the benefit of my job, I can actually take it and I'm playing Switch and no one questions me because that's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley again. Just chipping away. It's like a good zen. That good zen that I loved.
Yeah.
I jumped into. I don't think I've switched to my PlayStation this week.
Ooh.
Actually,
You're a liar. Ryan Betson has come online. I saw that last night. Might have been just to watch YouTube though.
Yeah. No, I haven't turned it on this week. Holy shit. Because I was also playing Captain Toad's Treasure Track or whatever the fuck. It's alright. It's essentially one of those 3D space puzzles, so you have to move the stage to be able to see the pathway. It's fun. It's nothing too painful. I enjoyed it nonetheless. And I played Sea of Thieves on Wednesday. Xbox
Have
game.
they added stuff?
The update should be live now, I think, or if not the next couple of days.
What are they adding?
They're adding AI ships.
Yeah.
And you can now have different sized boats. As in, there are more DLCs coming. This is a small update, and then there's a bigger DLC coming.
But they haven't changed how the game actually works.
No, the progression's still the same. Which is
kill
really
the
dumb.
skeleton, or you find the treasure,
Yeah, that's still the same.
or you deliver the chickens.
Yeah, still the same. However, I found the Megalodon, and it fucked me right up.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was chatting to the chat, and I'm just scooting along, drop off my chicken in my chicken box, and next thing, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna shoot at it. I was like, shot at it, and my exact words were "fuck you, asshole," and then it jumped at me and chomped me. And then I quickly repaired the boat, and I got back in, so I started moving a bit forward. And then it's, as I'm saying, at the back of the boat where the steering wheel is, it's chomping the front of the boat.
Yeah, that's cool. I liked Sea
And
of
then I
Thieves.
got proper chomped, and then I died. It was beautiful.
I liked Sea of Thieves.
It's a good game.
The first 4 or 5 hours, because I was playing with Alex. He was Xbox. I was on the computer. I liked it, but after a few hours, it's like, is that it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna save up 10,000 gold to buy a fucking hook for my hands? Like, come on.
See, that part, that's the one part that's the killer.
Yeah.
You know, as in, like, I like the gameplay. The gameplay's fine. Yes, it's mostly fetch quests. But when you're playing with yourself, when you're playing with others, it gets a lot of fun. Like, I was playing with Dave, and we found, like, this glowing statue in the water. Like, let's try to blow it up. So we spent 15 minutes trying to blow it up. Like, just moving the ship around, just aiming and practicing, and you're like... And that's where the fun is. The fun's just dicking around.
Yeah. But yeah, the cosmetic grind isn't rewarding enough.
Because, like, I'm pretty happy with the costume that I have. So, like, I don't need extra. Like, I don't need a gold-plated shovel. I don't need a diamond-studded hook.
They really should add in some kind of skill trees or something like that. Something, you know, you can steer the wheel 50% faster with this skill point. So, like, I'm going to be the driver. And, you know, someone else can move the sails quicker because they've spec'd into it. You know, really spec into a role on the ship. You can repair in 1 second instead of 5.
Yeah.
You know?
So as rather than sort of giving you a attack or a defensive, it's
just how
an
you
additional skill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or maybe, you know, maybe more attacks than that wouldn't hurt. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm still interested.
Yeah.
But
I'll certainly jump back in.
It feels
with
like
the
the kind of game. Wait for another 6 months, and you go back and you go, okay, now there's a lot for me to do.
Yeah.
Which should have been there at launch, really, but that's just how it is.
But yeah, no, I've not turned on my PlayStation this week at all, which is really kind of scary.
Shame.
It is a shame. But anyways, that's what we've been playing this week. As we come into the section we call Inform the Players,
There you go.
where we tell you about PlayStation news that happened this week.
6 bits of news this week. Number 1, right after we launched our Uncharted Dreamcast video. Dreamcasting, not the Dreamcast console, because that's old. Alan Ungar unveiled his vision of an Uncharted movie, starring Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, Stephen Lang as Sully, and Marcia Monroe as Elena, and Gino Seegers as the villain. I liked him.
He was good.
According to Ungar, the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Quote, Amy Hennig, who I guess created the character, she tweeted me and she thought it was fantastic. It warmed her heart to see this 13 years later. quote from Amy Hennig. You guys did a fantastic job, Alan. Warms these old cockles to see our baby brought to life like this. Never could have imagined it when we set off on this journey 13 plus years ago. Ungar continued. Neil Druckmann, who's now running Naughty Dog, also put a heart. The former head of Naughty Dog put a heart.
As in he liked
Yeah. When you get their support and their praise, it means a lot and makes you feel good, Fillion added. It was great.
Now, I'm going to first put it out there when I said that Nathan Fillion's too old to play Nathan Drake. I take that back. He fucking killed it.
I mean, setting's important, so it's obviously set after Uncharted 4.
Well, it's not actually. This is the thing I thought about as well, because when I was watching it, I that's what I said. I thought, because when they said Shambhala, I'm like, yeah, that's the fourth one. No, Shambhala was the second one. Libertalia was the fourth one.
But didn't he say 3? You found El Dorado, Shambhala, and blah.
Yeah, I think it was what Golden Abyss is. Yeah. Golden Abyss is a prequel.
They also name dropped Chloe in there as well. So
yeah,
it's obviously
it's set between. And then in an interview with IGN, they confirmed it was set between 2 and 3.
It was good. It was really, really good.
It was really good.
And it's set as a fan film, but Alan Ungar is a director, and he's directed 4 movies, I think, that have been in the cinemas as well. So he knows things. And there's a few behind the scenes shots of like when Nathan Fillion did that big punch. He's on like the harness.
Drake punch,
there's a lot going on. It's not just someone in their backyard trying to, But yeah, very, very good production, and especially the jumping through the window bit with the camera angle. Yeah. That's going to hurt in the morning or something. It's like, that's exactly what Drake would say.
What I loved, though, the most, and this is something that a bit extra. So, in the IGN interview from Comic-Con, Nathan Fillion is, I don't know when they shot this, but he's a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
He's got himself a new haircut. He looks more like Nathan Drake now than he did in that video, which could only be a good thing.
He did put on a few pounds.
Yes, because he's old. He's old. He's allowed to.
Not recently, but a couple. He was looking a little bit husky. But yeah, he's slimming down a lot. That's good.
So I think his performance was great. The quips were there. The delivery was solid.
Oh, what are they feeling?
Yeah, and like when
El Tigre came out, fucking lost it.
The second you see that costume and like you see the chinos and the blue, I'm like, like really excited. Yeah. And like they are like. The inflection in the voice was even spot on, which I thought was phenomenal. Like other than just nailing the quips, like how he span the voice, which was just
and all the mannerisms.
Yeah, the mannerisms were there, silly faces, doing dumb shit. It was great. Sully, I think was good. Yeah.
Stephen Lang's I love Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
Like he's not one of the actors you always think of, but when he pops up, you're like, it's that guy.
Yeah. He was good. Like I'd be happy with having him as Sully. Elena, though,
she didn't get enough time. She was only on the screen for about 30 seconds.
My real concern. There's a couple of things that I picked up, and this could sound horrible, and it totally probably is. One, this woman's too attractive. Like
Elena's a babe.
Elena's a babe, but her jawline isn't as sharp as this woman. No. Like as in like. That's the difference. Is like Elena is also a babe, but she's not like quote unquote as conventionally good looking, like sharp jawline, all that sort of stuff. This woman is a little too attractive to be Elena, which is certainly a fucking positive if I've heard one. Like in terms of what I could say, but there was also another moment where they did that very exposition of like, oh, it's this, and she goes, oh yeah, that's Spanish for Trinity. And then there's most vapid, like empty facial expression. I'm like, that's not Elena. Elena's fucking smart. You look empty in there for a minute.
No, I just don't think she got enough time as the character.
Don't get me wrong. If this happens to be the characters, I'd be pretty stoked with it still.
Like if we saw Stephen Lang and Sully for that 15-20 seconds Elena was on, I'd be like, But after having that 15 minutes of on and off with him, like, I'm on board now. I'm
totally open with them coming with them doing some more. I'm super open with them doing, as in, having this cast do more.
If they do, Geno Seegers needs to still be the villain.
Yeah, that guy was dope. His voice.
The deep voice, it's like you are intimidating just by speaking. Like, that's fuck.
Yeah. It's like if this becomes our movie version of Uncharted, I'd be incredibly happy with it. I'd be no mad.
But I'm also happy with it just being a 15-minute film.
Yeah, that's that weird little midline.
I'm just going to see how many views it's got. Because
last
in 24 hours,
24 hours was like 870,000 views or something.
In 24 hours, it was nearly 1 million. Now it's at almost 3 in 4 days. So And the like to dislike ratio, let me just start.
Is non-existent.
189,000 like to 900 dislike. So that's like 99.5% like. That's
fine.
huge. That's huge. That's fine. That's good. Number 2, Guerrilla Games is expanding its offices at the start of the year to speed up the game-making process. Guerrilla is taking over 5 more floors at its offices in Amsterdam with the intention of making the location a permanent home for the studio. In an interview with Het Parool, Guerrilla CEO Herman Holst explained that the studio has been looking to expand for 3 to 4 years, and that the move to the former Telegraaf building on the it's an naming of a building in Amsterdam, I can't pronounce it, will allow the employees to grow from a current 250 to around 400 permanent employees. The studio has also hired 9 new people, but Holst said the extra room was also needed for sound and motion tracking studios. Talking about Horizon Zero Dawn's 6.5-year development period, Holst hopes that the expansion will allow Guerrilla to release both new and existing IP in 2 or 3 years instead. So they're almost doubling their staff permanently. That's awesome.
One, that's awesome for the industry. That means they're going to get some more people in there, which is fantastic. That's obviously a big bad thing.
A big bad thing? What?
In a good way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what my brain's has a small stroke. Look, it's totally a big thing. It's not a bad thing, is what I meant to say. Thank you.
Yes.
Having more people is better. The only downside is when they're doing it to, that statement is a little bit interesting in terms of the we're trying to speed up the process. The only way you can speed up a development process is if it's a sequel built on if there's already assets in place. So yes, if they make a Horizon sequel, yes, they'll be able to shrink that development time. If they're making another new IP as an example, you're still going to be looking at that 5-year period. The only way that could be is, yes, they've got the Decima engine, which they made.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm positive. Yeah, they made there's an engine that they made, which is the same one that Kojima's using. Now, for the life of me, I can't remember if this was made solely for Horizon, that would explain the 5.5-year delay. That's 5.5-year development time, I should say. So if they've got their own in-house engine and they're using that consistently, yes, that will shorten development time. That makes sense.
Okay.
As in, so like, what they're saying isn't wrong. It's just there's a little they're like, we want to make development time shorter with a little asterisk.
Of course there is, but going from 250 to 400 permanent people is going to speed up a lot of things just inherently, just naturally.
Yeah,
it's going to go a lot faster, which is fine because they are in top form. So the more we get from them more frequently, I'm stoked. Here's something you're stoked with, and literally the only reason I put it in there.
Yeah.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole's next DLC, Bring the Crunch, is coming out at the end of July, and Switch fans won't have to wait long for its predecessor, The Stick of Truth. Ubisoft announced the add-on content will be released on July 31st for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It'll be priced at $12 probably about $15.
We were lucky enough to receive the gold edition, so we're good.
Bring the Crunch will add a new story campaign alongside the quote Final Girl superhero class. The story follows you and the rest of Kuhn and friends trying to save Lake Titicaca summer camp, whose counsellors have gone missing. Meanwhile, your newest buddy Mintberry Crunch, aka Bradley Biggle, and Gok Zara has just arrived from his home planet of Kokujon. Excited?
Yeah, so they're essentially doing like Friday the 13th now. That's a Friday the 13th summer camp thing. That's what it's kind of set up to be as.
Okay, right.
Now, I haven't gone back to play like the Casa Bonita DLC or anything like that. I have it downloaded, I just haven't gone back. But I think I might now. I'm kind of quiet.
Yeah, well, when that comes out, and then instead of having maybe 4 hours worth of content, you've got maybe nearly 10 more things to hours of content to play. I love the names they put in. Just Lake Titicaca. It just tickles me the right.
Yeah, I love that. I did love that game a lot, and I would be interested to go back and give it another go.
At this point, it's essentially common knowledge that Fortnite is an outrageously successful video game, but market research firm Superdata Research has now put another quantitative measure on just how successful Fortnite is. A new Superdata report via GamesIndustry.biz shows that Fortnite has made more than $1 billion off in-game purchases alone. Hasn't even been out for a year yet. The report also claims Fortnite is only growing in popularity overall, with an upward trend since October 2017 that saw huge spikes in February that only started slowing down in May while still continuing upwards. That slowed May growth was still good enough for a whopping $380 million in revenue. Good God.
Good God.
Hasn't even been... It's a year next month? No. Was Battle Royale August or October?
Oh.
Pretty sure Battle Royale came out in October and Save the World came out in August. So Save the World, Battle Royale, 9 months it's been out, $1 billion. Chink, chink, chink. And still growing. Like, it's not slowing down. It's going up and then up a little bit and then up. You know, it's not slowing down sometimes, but it's never dropped ever so far. It's fucking insane.
Horrifying.
It is absolutely insane. And it kind of puts into perspective why Epic Games looked at Paragon and were like, get the fuck out of here. You know? I don't blame them. I mean, I played Paragon and I liked it, but from a business standpoint, you've got one IP making you $1 billion in 9 months, and another one you're struggling to keep your 100,000 players playing it. So it makes sense.
That amount of dollars is actually insane. Like,
it's 999 million plus $1 million.
it's a dumbfounding amount of money. Like,
I mean, I've probably...
Hey, wait, what's our main topic today? Have we decided?
Pre-orders.
Oh, that was just going to be in a news article.
No, we'll probably do that.
Oh, okay, cool. Because Jess gave us another idea for a topic, which we might use that next week actually. Which was, you know, with the likes of like Twitch and whatnot, you know, our single player games. Like, there was a statement that
pretty sure we've touched on that before. The
Twitch single player game thing. I can remember.
Maybe.
Cool. Maybe, but yeah, the whole idea. I'm like, there is a reason that people aren't making big multiplayer games. Big single player games. And like, if you can make, if the idea of $1 billion in a year, in less than a year, you can understand why any sort of business focused company like Activision or EA, whether it is very much about that bottom line, like you can understand why that they would want to get all up in that.
But of course, the more there are, you know, the more chance you've got to sink as well.
Yeah,
in terms of battle royales. But I've probably put
example like the Culling 2, which was a
I was going to put that
Steam.
in, but I never knew what it was, so I didn't really.
Yeah, so the Culling 2 is sort of a very unapologetically copy of PUBG. It's a battle royale, but with none of the polish. If PUBG had polish, it's like it's shit house, and
so bad that they took it down in a refund.
They took it down. They refunded it. At one point, there was 2 concurrent players. They were on different. I think maybe on different servers, and then one time there was actually one person. Jim Sterling did a great video on it and how he was playing it, and the lobby only goes for 6 minutes, so it doesn't keep going until you get in. Like, you get in there and you wait, and after 6 minutes, it'll put you in the plane, and then because there's no one else in the plane, you win.
Oh, it's good to get a victory every now and then.
Yeah. That's it. Like, you show the video, and it looks like and ding, and that's it. So yeah, the highest he'd been was like 11 players.
Yeah. Well, for Fortnite, since it came out, between Alex and I've probably given it $150. You know, the multiple battle passes, 3 seasons worth of battle passes each. That's about $90. I think I've put in 20 for V-Bucks. Alex has put in about 50 of his own money for V-Bucks. So, you know, it has such good retention, and you know, you do get in terms of the battle pass. The value for money is incredible. In terms of buying a skin that you want from the shop, the value for money is fucking atrocious. Because a 2,000 V-Bucks skin is literally $40. So if you want a legendary skin, it's $40 for a skin.
Brutal.
That sucks. But the battle pass, you get like 7 or 8 skins. So for 15. So yeah, I can understand it. I mean, they're going to have like 100 million people paying $15 every 3.5 months for the battle pass. Insane.
My big concern is when that starts going down.
Oh, of course it will. I mean, you've got to go. Like, there's only so far you can go. Yeah. Shouldn't be concerned about it.
I'm not concerned. I don't have any stake in it. It's just be
interesting to see.
Yeah, like I don't have any stake in it, so I don't care.
If and when it starts going down, how quick is the descent, or does it hit that sweet spot where it's just, you know,
or it plateaus out a little bit.
Yeah, plateaus out and.
Well, yeah, that's my thing is because with battle royale, I do imagine there is a point where it won't be the in thing anymore.
Yeah.
But then again, there would have been a time that people thought first-person shooters may have been a thing.
I mean, you look at CSGO and League of Legends, you know, 15 years old, still the top games played today other than Fortnite.
Well, yeah, people, I
purely because of the competitive scene, though. Yeah. Fortnite doesn't quite have that yet, and Epic still are trying to figure out esports scene.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
like,
it obviously doesn't need at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you gain out of it? I don't know. But that's up to them.
because I saw with the same thing about MOBAs. I'm like, I don't get MOBAs. They seem like a flash in the pan sort of thing. It'll sort itself out. No.
Nope.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, but the same two games.
Same two
Yeah,
games.
Dota-
And
Dota 2
that was
and
the
League
sort
of
of,
Legends.
at the time, like, these games are really popular right now, but I imagine that will change, and it hasn't.
No.
So, like, maybe Battle Royale will become like that. It'll become the new MOBA.
You got 2 or 3 that stick around indefinitely.
Yeah, and then people try
Probably.
to come in there, not do too well, and they get
Yeah.
pushed to the side.
Speaking of Battle Royale, it's expected to make as a mode $20 billion in 2019, according to analysts at Business Insider. After it was reported that Fortnite passed the $1 billion mark from in-game purchases alone, the profits made from the Battle Royale genre are expected to increase approximately 7 times their total in 2018, which foresees to be $2 billion for the current year. Treyarch has already confirmed a Battle Royale mode for Black Ops 4, called Blackout, which will, with only minimal details, what it will entail. The map is said to be 1,500 times bigger than the average COD map and will integrate different multiplayer maps and playable characters, blah, 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 blah. EA also teased one for Battlefield 5, which will release later in October. So, between Fortnite, PUBG, COD, and Battlefield, they're together, they're going to make a fuckload of money. $20 billion, like with a billion is just... What, 20 of them?
Billion. Is when you start getting out of millions into billions, that's when money becomes like there is a line where the average person starts being unable to process a dollar value.
$1 million for me.
Because it's unobtainable amount of money. Like we'll never ever see $1 million.
No.
So like it instantly becomes like.
Yeah, and that person has 1,000 of those $1 million.
Yeah.
Having said, I know Battle Royale, it could be flash of pan, could stick around. I'm pretty excited for the COD for Blackout. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially if they I'm picturing like they make the map, like taking all the best COD maps through the years and having them as like having them as the map, like meshing them all together in this big, huge map. Imagine like running around and there's like Rust, and then there's the airport hangar on the side of the map from No Russian. I think that'd be if that's what they're going for, which it seems to be from what I just read. That's cool as you can have like mini battles inside there and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty fucking keen. I was hanging out with our buddy Max last night, and he was like, "Man, I hate Call of Duty, but that collector's edition's really good." And like comes the mystery box that you get. From zombies, and Max is a big zombie guy, and then we got in a big discussion about like Call of Duty and whether it's it's declined over the years, whether it's worth the money, and then we both at the end were like,
probably get it.
We're gonna buy it. I'm probably gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna get it. But the Blackout mode,
I'm trying to get a code.
Yeah.
And then if I don't get a code, I'll probably buy it.
Top selling games for weekend in 15th of July, starting number 10, Rainbow Six Siege, number 9, The Crew 2, number 8, Crash Insane Trilogy, number 7, FIFA 18, number 6, Detroit Become Human, number 5, Far Cry 5, number 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, number 3, GTA 5, number 2, Jurassic World Evolution, number 1, God of War.
What makes its way back up?
GTA, fucking all
It's on sale.
Oh, was it? Was COD as well?
Yes.
Maybe.
But it's also, once again, we're in that drought period.
Yeah.
So people are just jumping back on.
I think GTA recently had a new...
Yeah, they've got the late night or after night or something. It's I know it dropped like yesterday or the day before at the time of recording.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the news, Ryan, as we have a chat to the players about video game pre-orders and their banning.
Something. So this is like normally how I sometimes have my rant. This area is your rant.
No, not really.
Because like you've got
pre-orders.
Yeah, you've got a stronger stance on this than I do. But go ahead.
This article is from Eurogamer.net. Germany has banned vague release dates for pre-orders. It means shops can't offer pre-orders with phrases such as coming soon or available soon anymore. Instead, they must indicate the latest date by which the product will be delivered or not offer a pre-order at all. A consumer protection group raised the issue with German courts, which issued the ruling. Customers should know when they can expect delivery after a pre-order, the higher regional court of Munich said. Then it goes on to kind of talk about, whatever. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, just as an example, you can go to a large video game retailer's website here in Australia.
Fuck it. It's EB Games.
EB Games here in Australia, you can already order The Elder Scrolls 6. Despite Todd Howard saying it's not even in pre-production yet.
And it is not a this-gen game.
Yeah, it's got PS4, Xbox. It will be. I have no doubt it'll be on this gen.
No, I have no doubt that it's on the next gen.
No, it'll be on the next gen, but there will be a version for current gen. I guarantee it. Same for The Last of Us Part 2. You can pre-order that. Starfield, you can pre-order that. Just anything. And despite, obviously, no dates, no windows, and especially, like I said, with Elder Scrolls 6, Todd Howard's like, we haven't even started fucking making it yet. He's just let you know that we're going to at some point. And you can drop $100 to be like, yeah, I want that. And then not see anything for 6 years by the time you forget about your pre-order and just go and buy it on day one again. Now, I don't think this will really change anything. Like, even if those laws make their way over here, they won't change anything because they'll just make dates up. Which
they sort of do anyway.
Well, what I saw, I put a screenshot through to you and Joel of someone pre-ordered The Last of Us 2 on Amazon, and it said you get your delivery March 19th, 2019, which is not the date, as far as we know. It could be a leak date.
March 31st. It was the end of the first quarter. Yeah, end of fiscal year.
So whether that's true or not, but I don't think it'll really change too much. But I just think pre-orders are a thing of the past now. Like, you don't. When is the last time you went in to buy a video game and they didn't have it, even on release day?
Wow.
That game sucks dick.
No, this game was a great game, but it was also they did not expect it to sell, so it was very limited.
But I mean,
amounts.
your big games.
Yeah, like I said,
any of your CODs, any of your this and that.
Pre-orders are a necessity for collector's editions, like obviously like God of War as an example.
Yep.
But the game itself,
especially with digital distribution.
Yeah, fine.
The last one I can remember was Nier Automata. That was very hard to get your hands on for a little while there, but you know, 1 out of the 40 games I buy every year isn't going to push me to pre-order. And of course, they do it. I see why it is a good way to kind of gauge interest in the game. You know, do we need to step it up? Do we need to get more? Are our expectations too high? But when the publisher themselves haven't even given you a date or a window or a year, don't take pre-orders for it. It's just, to me, it's just batshit crazy that someone would go into EB Games and drop $10 for Elder Scrolls 6 right now. Like, I don't understand the thought process in that. What about you?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, man. Like, I don't pre-order. Like, I pre-order
collector's editions. Like
collector's editions, obviously a big one, but I don't buy that many these days just because I'm like, well, I don't have enough room to store all my shit as it is anyway. I did go and this is why they did this. So this is their new way of getting people to pre-order shit, right? I went and pre-ordered Fallout 76 to get us beta codes, and that was the only motive. That was the motive behind it, was to get that. And I know they did that with Call of Duty, the same thing. Like Call of Duty, like do you have the? I think they're doing it again this year as well. Like if you pre-order, you get access to the beta when it happens.
Well, the Fallout 76, for example, you can pre-order it, get your beta code, and then cancel your pre-order
if you so choose.
So, clever.
It's smart. Yeah.
It's smart. Yeah.
But I think especially pre-orders that are that far out, I think there needs to be a guideline in place in terms of if it, you know, as in if you cannot confidently put a year on it, it shouldn't be on there.
Because there are places and websites where you also can't cancel your pre-order.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch, for one, if you pre-order something through the eShop, you can't cancel it.
But at the same time, Nintendo Switch doesn't. The Switch doesn't have. They don't have Metro Prime 4. They don't have the 2019 Pokemon.
No, I get that too. But you should be able to cancel it at any point.
You should be able to cancel it. Yes, that's true. Same as I'm pretty sure with the PSN you can't cancel it either.
Never tried on PSN, to be honest.
So be able to cancel the pre-order is obviously a big one. You should be able to do that
because there are online retailers that also won't let you cancel a pre-order.
Correct, but the big difference with these stores is anything you pre-order either has a date or a window. Like you're not going to see Elder Scrolls 6 on the PSN. No, it's only
the brick and
mortars that need your money as it is, so they'll do whatever they can to get your money.
Just so you know, though, Elder Scrolls is eligible for delivery in 6 years.
Cool. Who knows whether I'll be fucking living here in 6 years?
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of the time for these shops, it'll come down to, you know, the hype's real for Elder Scrolls. Let's do pre-orders. We get a couple hundred, and then they forget about it, and we got free money. Because I'm not going to remember in 5 or 6 years when this game actually comes out that I've got a pre-order down for it. Guarantee you. It's like me pre-ordering something when I was 24. I'm 30 now, and going, yes, it's finally out.
It's like anyone that pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 3 like back in the day.
Yeah. Or like, what if where you pre-ordered it from in those 6 years goes bust? You never know what can happen. It's just,
Holy shit.
It's gone. It's gone.
Holy shit. I never thought of that.
Free returns within 7 days for Elder Scrolls as well. So it's got all the bells and whistles of a normal purchase. Pre-order to be confirmed in 2019, according to EP.
That is
Games.
not...
Get fucked.
No.
It hasn't even started to be made yet. So no, yeah, it's just always been a little thing, like a little thorn in my side when I go into like EB Games and I see their pre-order wall. And I think they've already got one of those big boxes for Elder Scrolls 6 as well. I'm like, stop. Just stop it. And but you see the youngins and the kids and the teens going, yeah, like, cool, I'm going to go put money down. It's like, don't, man.
So the thing
it's life experience, I suppose.
From a business perspective, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, of course.
It lets them... It gives the stores a way to get a little bit of income to offset. Because, like, they are in a dying business model. Bit by bit... Like, well, in Australia, it's going to be a little bit longer because our internet's not quite as rad. But there will be a time where brick and mortar stores are no longer relevant.
Which is sad because I love my physical copies.
Me too.
I still buy them, and I enjoy buying pre-owned physical copies. I like going to EB Games during a sale and seeing pre-owned, also half price, and getting that $60 game for $15.
Yeah,
I love it.
But like an example, the PSN is getting better at doing sales. Like as the online stores are getting better with their sales pricing, sweet. But then at the same time, it's like Octopath Traveler, $89
worth it
on the Switch, as in like on the Switch eShop. You buy it in store, it's $59.
Yeah,
like that's the shit that you can't like. That's the benefit.
But Nintendo are in their own fucking world
with pricing
this stuff. I don't understand it. But I also like looking at this Elder Scrolls thumbnail.
It's literally
not classified, not final artwork. They've just got a screen grab from that 15-second teaser. I hate it.
See, what I hate even worse is when they say to be confirmed 2019.
Yeah.
Like, we are incredibly lucky. Like, we're exposed to the industry a little bit more than the average Joe. We intentionally put ourselves in that place. So anyone that comes in going, what, Elder Scrolls is coming out in 2019?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
So I got to give props to Germany. I think it's a good thing. I enjoy it. I would like to see it come here. I'd like to see it in the States, bugging everywhere.
Yes, but Mike, what they're saying, the difference with the way reading what that article states, it says you cannot post a pre-order that doesn't have a date attached to it. So technically, according to their description, that Elder Scrolls one is fine because it has a date attached to it. Yes, it does. 2019.
It's to be confirmed 2019. That's not a date.
Yes, but like that's reread that again for the article because I'm pretty sure it just says if it has a year attached to it.
It means shops can't offer pre-orders with phrases such as coming soon or available soon anymore. Instead, they must indicate the latest date by which the product will be delivered. The latest date the product will be delivered. 2019 is not the latest.
So in that case, it should be December 31st, 2019, and that would get that. No, but that would get them around it.
No, it wouldn't, because it says the latest date the product will be delivered. It's not coming out to like 2024.
Yeah.
So you can't have TBC 2019 or December 31st, 2019, because that's not the latest date the product can be delivered. Now, it'll be interesting to see. I can't really follow it in Germany because I can't read German. But these retailers over there, whether they'll just put a date on there.
That's
but then
what I'm thinking.
How will that affect their relationship with the publisher? Because then all of a sudden the publisher will be getting tweets. Is it really coming out in 2019? Because this shop says it's coming out.
I think it'll come down to, like, as I said, like we see on Facebook. Oh my God, Amazon said that. Like, no. They put the end of the financial year. They put the end of that quarter. They put they do put a date on there to be able to do this.
Yeah. But in for the example I sent through The Last of Us saying March 31st, 2019, that is literal false advertising.
Yeah, literal.
That is. It's cut and dry. It says you will get this game on March 31st, 2019. No, you might. Maybe.
I'd say it's unlikely.
But until, Naughty Dog go, this is the date, you can't put a date and say someone will have it by then. Who are you to say the date? They're all just shady things. And that's why just the game comes out, I'll go shop and I'll buy it. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it. I like it. I want to see that. I want to see those terms evolve and make their way over here. Just so I can have a chuckle. Just so I can have my little spiteful laugh while sipping my whiskey and throwing controllers across the room.
But yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as you. I think it's dumb. But luckily we're in a place we just avoid it. We can avoid them.
Yeah. But this is your segue.
Oh yeah, but look, Josh, Elder Scrolls 6 isn't in 2019. It's not even fucking 2020. The game is actual years away.
Yes.
But we're going to tell you what games are coming out this week in a section we call Coming to the Players. We essentially just read you the drop.
Yeah, the drop for the games coming out the week of Monday, the 23rd of July. Aces of the Luftwaffe Dash Squadron, PS4 digital.
Sounds itchy.
Earhart Tales of Broken Wings, PS4 digital. The Banner Saga 3, PS4 digital.
Ooh.
And the Banner Saga Trilogy, PS4 digital retail.
Ooh.
That I am interested in. I've heard nothing but good things about Banner Saga. I always get it's on my Steam wish list, so I always get notifications. But I've always wanted it on console instead, though. So I might look at that. Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans, PS4 digital. Candle: The Power of the Flame, PS4 digital. Detached, PSVR digital. There's a space VR game for you to throw up in.
Yeah, you have an anxiety attack.
Game Tengoku Cruisin' Mix, PS4 digital. Gnome's Garden 3. What happened to 1 and 2? PS4 digital. Hello Neighbor, PS4 digital.
That rings
retail.
a bell.
Very popular game. It was one of those, you
PCs?
know how...
PCs?
PCs. You know how you got the games that every major video game player plays? Like Happy Wheels, and then, Minecraft, and they all kind of jump? This was one of them. Essentially, you move in across the road from this guy, this seedy looking motherfucker.
So, Hello Neighbor is a stealth horror game about sneaking into your neighbor's house to figure out what horrible secrets he's hiding in the basement. That sounds awesome.
It's cool. And it's fucking scary. It is scary, despite the aesthetic of the game. You can hear him walking through the house, and you need to sneak through. You got to drug him so he falls asleep, and then you're on a timer so you can do things while he's asleep. And then he'll wake up and he'll chase you all the way back to your house.
That sounds awesome.
And his house kept kind of watching it through the pre-alpha and the alpha. It's just a house, and then it was 3 stories, and then it has a train track going around the roofs, and it just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you find out what's in the basement, and it's totally fucked up.
Cool.
You look at the aesthetic of the game, you're like, it's alright, but then you go in the basement, you're like, fucking Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Betson
Cool game. I like
is
it.
purchasing.
I like the idea. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, PS4 digital and retail. Narcosis, PS4 digital. The Persistence, PSVR digital. Phil's Epic Philippix Adventure, PS4 PS Vita digital. Remothered Tormented Fathers, PS4 digital. Sea of Memories, PS4 digital. Train Sim World, PS4 digital and retail.
TSW Dream Sim World. Look at that picture. TSW is way cooler.
And VR Obot or V Robots. It depends how you want to pronounce it. PSVR digital. Not too much. Banner Saga and Hello Neighbor.
I'm going to check out that Hello Neighbor, I think. It looks
it does seem like a cool game. Other than those two, not too much. Pretty much story every week at the moment.
Well, it turns out I came to learn why there hasn't been a drop for the last 2 weeks.
We had one last week.
Oh, sorry, the 2 weeks before that. Ryan Clements, the writer, was on holidays.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They couldn't just put someone
Nah.
to do it. Hello. I do the drop, you do the top selling games. Done and dusted.
Done.
Anything else to add before we close the show off?
I was thinking, because next week we're not recording at our regular time because I've got a family commitment that we need to get to. And it's being a pretty dead week. It's been a dead couple of weeks. Do you want to see if we can get ourselves a full Q&A show again?
Oh, yeah. Try that.
Want to try for a full Q&A show?
Sure. What is a Q&A show, Ryan?
At a burp stuck. So because we're in the drought, we're in the little gaming drought. Gaming news is quiet. Not many games coming out. So I think we're going to try something a little bit different. We haven't done this in a while. We did this episode, about a year ago, ages ago, where we did an entire show that was just questions from you guys, the community. Yeah. So you ask us the questions, we'll answer. And now it can be about games, it can be about movies, it can be about us personally. It can be any question that you choose to ask.
Hi, Brian. How big is your dick?
And I'm like, it's small. Smaller than you think. So think small, then think smaller again.
And then add in the perspective.
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah, add in big dude, small weenie, it looks even smaller again. Yeah, so that's because the time is a little bit off next week. So we might not have the drop. We may not have the best-selling games, depending on when we record it. But yeah, all the questions, we'll put a post up Monday. Don't let me forget. I'll get Jess to help me out with that one.
I'll be a uni dude. I won't be thinking about that.
True. We'll set up like a poll on Twitter, on Discord, and very likely on the Facebook community group as well. And we can come in there and drop all your questions as you think of them throughout the week. And we'll have a big old sesh and just answer anything you ask us.
Why do you guys suck?
Well, there's a reason.
That PlayStation conversation happened on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, join us on Discord, comment below. If you're feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/PopCulturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you.
And if you do become a supporter of us on Patreon, you can watch For the Players live as we record it every Saturday. Normally.
Varying times.
7 next week. At varying times, but you'll always give you about half an hour-ish notice, and we'll be streaming, we'll be bullshitting, we'll be chatting. So you can join us before, you can join us after, you can join us throughout. Have a good old chat. And of course, if you want to show the love of Pop Culturists on your body, head to popculturists.com/shop. We can buy this, we can buy this. A bunch of other shit with our logos on it. And of course, you head to twitch.tv/popculturists, where we're streaming a lot more regularly lately. Just because I like to play music as we play, and we can't do that here on YouTube, so I go to Twitch.
Right.
So we played Sea of Thieves. We had the one-hit wonders of the 90s. Fucking quality stream.
Nice.
Yeah.
To play my favourite song.
Jackie.
No. The song we've been singing all morning today. Next time you play.
But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And that was For the Players.
Oh, what a night. Dun, 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 dun.
Late December back in 63.
Whatever. Oh, you left me.
I don't know what the next line is.
Oh,
What a lady,
what a night. Dun, 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 dun.